Hi, in this video we'll talk about the TVM calculations. Time value of money or TVM calculations are one of the most fundamental calculations that you need to know for the CFA exam. Before we discuss how to do the TVM calculations, check your BA2 Plus calculator to ensure that the number of digits after decimal is at least 6 and that the P by Y value is set to 1. If you don't know how to do this, please watch our previous video, CFA Calculator, Introduction and Settings. Now, ensure that you are familiar with the following keys on your BA2 Plus calculator. PV key, which is used for present value or current value or value at time 0. FV key, which is used for future value or value at time t. N, which signifies number of compounding periods. I by Y key, which is used for interest rate per compounding period. PMT key, which is used for per period payments or annuity payments or constant periodic cash flow. CPT key, which signifies compute or calculate. Remember, FV is equal to PV multiplied by 1 plus I by Y to the power n. The next thing I'll talk about is the significance of drawing a timeline, a chronological order of events in any quantitative calculation for CFA exam. Before you start solving any TVM calculation, I would strongly recommend drawing a timeline of events. This is nothing but a linear representation of various data that is provided in the question. This is important because most of the times you are trying to compare investment at a specific point in time. If you compare investments at time 0, you are comparing present value. While if you compare investments at time t, you are comparing future value. The easiest way to understand this is through examples. So let's solve a few examples. Example 1. Let's say we want to find the value of an investment of $1,000 3 years from now. What other piece of information we need? Well, we definitely need the interest rate because we need to know at what rate our investment can earn money for us. Let's say the interest rate is 10%. What else? We also need to know the frequency of compounding, that is, how frequently will we earn interest on our interest. Let's say we are compounding annually. Also, remember FV is equal to PV multiplied by 1 plus I by Y to the power n. So, after first year, the value of our investment will be PV multiplied by 1 plus I by Y, which is equal to 1000 multiplied by 1 plus 0.1, which comes to 1100. After second year, the value of our investment will be PV multiplied by 1 plus I by Y to the power 2, which is equal to 1000 multiplied by 1 plus 0.1 to the power 2, which comes to 1210. After third year, the value of our investment will be PV multiplied by 1 plus I by Y to the power 3, which is equal to 1000 multiplied by 1 plus 0.1 to the power 3, which comes to 1331. Let's draw a graph of the values we obtain here. As you can see, our investment of $1,000 became $1,100 after a year, $1,210 after 2 years, and $1,331 after 3 years. We are progressively earning more interest every year because we are earning interest on interest, that is compound interest. If you are having difficulties understanding this, you should revise compound interest concepts. So, how do you do this in BA2 Plus calculator? For this example, PV is equal to 1000, n is equal to 3, I by y is 10, PMT is 0, and we need to find out FV. Let's watch this video.
Before we solve this problem using the BA2 Plus calculator, we need to make sure that the TVM keys are reset. To do that, press the second button and then press Clear TVM. What this will do is that it will clear the TVM keys. Now, to solve this problem, our present value is 1000, so let's enter that. N is 3, I by y is 10, and PMT is 0. As we need to calculate the future value, we'll press Compute Future Value. As you can see, your value comes out as negative $1,331, which will be your answer in this case.
As you can see, using the BA2 Plus calculator makes these calculations very simple. Let's take another example. Now, we want to find the value of an investment of $1,000 3 years from now, compounded semi-annually. The rate of interest is 10%. Let's draw a timeline. As we are compounding semi-annually, PV is equal to 1000, N is 6, I by Y is 5, PMT is 0, and we need to find out FV. Let's watch this video.
Okay, so let's solve this problem now. In this problem, the PV is same, but the number of periods has changed because we are calculating semi-annually. Let's do the first thing first. Let's clear the TVM keys. So we'll say second, clear TVM. Now we'll start entering the values. PV is 1000, so we enter that. N is 6. I by Y is 5 because we're compounding semi-annually. And PMT is 0. As we need to find out FV, we'll say compute future value. And in this case, our future value comes out as a negative $1,340.
Example 3. Let's say we want to find the present value of an investment which yields $1,331 3 years from now. The rate of interest is 10% compounded annually. Let's draw a timeline. As we are compounding annually, FV is 1331, N is 3, I by Y is 10, PMT is 0, and we need to find the PV. Let's watch this video.
Now this example is slightly different than the previous two examples. In this example, we need to find out PV and we are given the future value. As always, let's clear the TVM keys first. Now we'll start entering the values. The future value is $1,331, N is 3, I by Y is 10, and PMT is 0. As we need to find out PV, we'll say compute PV. As you can see, your answer in this case is a negative $1,000.
Example number 4. Let's say we want to find out in how many years will an initial investment of $1,000 yield $1,331 if the rate of interest is 10% compounded annually. Let's draw a timeline. As we are compounding annually, FV is 1331, PV is 1000, I by Y is 10, PMT is 0, and we need to find out N. Did you get an error? Why? Let's watch this video.
Let's look at this problem now. First, we'll clear the TVM keys. So we do second, clear TVM. In this problem, PV is 1000. So we enter that. FV is $1,331. I by Y is 10. PMT is 0. And we need to calculate N. So we'll press compute N. However, we get an error. Can you think of a reason why? Whenever we solve any TVM problem, we have to consider cash inflows and outflows. A typical TVM problem assumes that you are investing a certain amount of money now and you expect to get a higher amount in future. This is why in our previous examples, PV and FV had different signs. So in these problems, we should always keep in mind if the cash flow is an inflow or outflow. A simple sign convention is to treat all cash inflows as positive and all cash outflows as negative. Now we can solve this problem. In this case, PV is minus 1000. So we will do that. FV is $1,331. I by Y is 10. PMT is 0. And we need to calculate N, so we say compute N, and we get our answer.
Example 5. Let's say we want to find out at what interest rate will an initial investment of $1,000 yield $1,331 in 3 years if the interest is compounded annually. Let's draw a timeline. As we are compounding annually, FV is 1331, N is 3, PV is negative 1000, PMT is 0, and we need to find out I by Y. Let's watch this video.
In our final example, we'll start by clearing the TVM keys. So we'll press second, clear TVM. Then we'll enter PV as minus 1000. Our FB is $1,331. N is 3. PMT is 0. And we need to find out I by Y. So we'll say compute I by Y. And as we can see, our I by Y is 10%.
As you can see, we can find out any missing information as long as we are provided with rest of the values. If you have reached this far in this module, congratulations! You can now start practicing TVM calculations on your own. We will discuss cash flow calculations in the next video. For more CFA tips, watch the videos in this channel. You will also find a number of CFA topics discussed on this channel in simple terms. If you like this video, please do not forget to hit like and subscribe for more. You can also visit our blog at the link shown.